You have always been in positions where it's been really easy to make friends because you were all the same age, you were close to each other, and you were maybe going to the same activities. Like it was all the right factors for you to become friends. But suddenly everyone is doing their own thing and it's not that natural to be with the people anymore. You need to take the action to be in contact with these people, and that can be really hard when you've never been in that position before. But to learn this skill that I'm going to teach you in this video is going to be so valuable for you also for future events, because spoiler alert, it's not going to be the only time you experience this in your 20s. Like, you are going to experience this time and time and time again. But when you know how to deal with it, then it's going to be so much easier, and you're not going to sit here and feel really lonely and like you don't know what to do. Step number one in this process is check in with yourself. And here is going to be a simple yes and no question. Do you feel like you have outgrown your friend? Do you feel like the energy changed? Just pause this video and really think about that for a moment. If the answer is no, then what separated you? Was it the distance? Was it that the life situation changed? Maybe somebody got a new job or got into a relationship, or maybe they got kids. Like, I don't know, people are early these days. You know, that's me talking. I'm 25. Like, it's kind of a normal age to get kids, but you know what? People do what people want to do. If the answer is yes, then it's time for you to seek out to find people that has similar interests as you, who are maybe at the same page as you at this point, and not trying to force friendships that is obviously not working anymore. If you feel like you've outgrown people, just because you have known somebody for years doesn't mean that you still need to become friends. But it doesn't mean that you can't love the person, but you can also like love the person from a distance, if that makes sense. Never try to force it. Then it's time for step number 2, and I want you to now just take a look at your calendar, and I want you to dedicate 1 hour one day. I would say on a Sunday maybe, because then it's usually most like open space, and I want you to call this little time for yourself every week for the friends maximizer. Okay, you want those friendships all the way. And if you answered no, that you didn't feel like you have outgrown your friends and you still want to keep those friendships, I want you to use this hour to reach out to people.
Wow.
I know. Ooh, be the first one who texts. What? Yes, be the first one who texts. Or even better, call. Most likely, if nothing happened, if you didn't outgrow each other, people will be happy. People will want to like keep the friendship or keep it going or do something with you. Like, they have maybe just been sitting at their end and be like, what happened? What happened here? But maybe they haven't just had the guts to say, hey, I'm yet to experience that people are not happy when I'm the one who reaches out, if I feel like this is still a valuable mutual friendship, right? But it's also really important to note here that just because you don't feel like you have like outgrown each other, it can be different from their end. But then you're probably going to notice that, like, if they are pulling away, if they're not that hyped when you call and try to figure it out, like, it's a whole like psychology thing, but you will definitely notice on the vibe if that's the case. But whether or not you answer no or yes on the first question and you have already reached out to friends and like, hey, should we catch up? You should do the following thing. I want you to put yourself in new environments. I want you to meet new people, all right? You need to expand your world. You need to meet other people, potential friends. Like, many people that you haven't met yet could like become your closest friends. Like, isn't that insane? I think so. It's so many times where maybe you're just past someone on the street, not say hi, not had a conversation, and that could be your potential new best friend. You could be soulmates even, right? But if you don't put yourself out there, it's going to be hard to meet those people that you can vibe with and really reflect and grow with, right? It's always good to just meet people and vibe and have conversations, even though you have that close friend group from earlier. And networking, never a bad idea. And then you may be like, okay, but how do I do that? In school, it was so simple with just like meeting people at class or maybe at work. I am all for having friends in all ages, but then sometimes it can be a little bit harder if you are in different places in your life and they have a family and they're not that much up to exploring, traveling, and do the things that you are maybe really interested in, right? So that's why we have other options for getting friends other than just going out. Because, you know, let's be real, like, you can be lucky and meet cool people out and about in the city, like partying, but I feel like most of the times those people are party friends and not the closest ones. But that is, in my experience, you can also meet people that way, but I would do this instead if you want those real nourishing friendships. So, in my last video, if you haven't checked it out, I talked a little bit about why you feel lost in your 20s, so you definitely should check that out after this video. But one of the main things that make us feel lost is all the options social media gives us, right? But even though that could be a negative thing, it can also be a positive thing because of social media that can also bring people together. And just last week, I got 2 TikToks on my For You page from Oslo. Like, I'm from Norway, a little country in the north next to Sweden, if you didn't know. I got 2 TikToks, which was like girls going together, like creating groups to be social in. One was about being creative, the other one was like going for walks and just having friendship, like, right? And if we have that in Norway, I am pretty sure that you have it in your country, honestly, because Norway, first of all, it's a small country. The city, we don't have that many people living here, and Norwegians are really shy because it's really in our culture to be a little bit more cold when we don't know each other, to be a little bit like, ooh. But my point was, like, if we have it here in Oslo, you definitely have it in your city. It just makes it easy because then you meet just other people who want to meet cool people, people who are open for it, people who want new friends, right? So just by doing a little bit of research, just by pushing yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone, you can have like 5 new friends just by going to one of those meetings. Or maybe you can go and take some kind of class, if it's a yoga class, if it's like more of a painting class, and then you will get people who are also interested in that. So it's just about you doing the research, just about you pushing yourself and going out of your comfort zone and leading yourself. As I said, that's all we are about in this channel. And that takes me to step number 3, which is all about focusing on you. Because when you work on yourself, when you read those books, listen to those podcasts, and become your own best friends, like, you will be much more comfortable, first of all, being by yourself, right? And you will also be able to meet people in another way than you were before. And then you might be like, you know what, Silje, that is complete bull, because the more I work on myself, the more distant I feel to the people around me. Like, we don't have the same interests anymore. Like, I used to party every weekend and be with my friends. Now I don't party anymore and they kind of push me out. That's a good thing. And that is all what I talk about in this video. Then I want you to go back to step number 1. Have you outgrown your friends? Right? Because that is what I meant with this happening again and again and again. Because when you grow as a person, you will outgrow people, and that is a good thing. That is totally normal. And then you find new people who reflects the person you are now, with more knowledge, with a broader understanding, with other interests. This is like the system you can use again and again throughout your life when you're growing and expanding. and be certain that you will meet new cool people. You will not feel lonely because you will meet people who are at the same place as you. Some people will be for the moment, and other people will be with you for a longer part of your life. But either way, I just saw this quote from a movie. Just because it's for a short time doesn't mean it can't be a good time, right? And now you might be thinking like, oh my god, that's like about hookup culture and stuff. No, it's not about hookup culture. It's actually a beautiful thing of just every person that you meet is giving you something, right? It's an exchange of energy, a conversation, maybe you learned something, maybe you have a good memory. Just because it's short doesn't mean that it's not meaningful or good for you. So go out there and explore and grow and become the version of yourself that you were always meant to be. And that leads me to this channel, this community that I am trying to build here. My biggest dream with this channel is just to build a community with people who love to grow and expand and create new kind of friendship here with people who understands and people who are not afraid of being vulnerable and open to growing together. So if you feel comfortable, or maybe you think it's really uncomfortable, either way, it would be amazing if you would just comment in the comment section and tell me a little bit about yourself, where you are in your life. Maybe you will find a new friend in the comment section. Use it as you like. I just want this community to grow and flourish, and yeah, that's my drive and mission for this channel. And if you're still here and you're thinking, well, all of this seems so good with the system and everything, but I honestly don't know how to act around people. I don't know how to get like friendships to the next level. I just feel like I'm this floater friend, not really getting those close relations. Then I got the video for you. I made it just here, and it's just to help you how to navigate those kind of friendships and yeah, give you the good relations that you deserve. So I'll see you here.